All right, you tuned to Love 101 FM, the family station. And as promised, I'm going to be chit chatting just a little bit with Bishop Dr. Clive Porter. I want you to hear a little bit, just a tad. I know you're going to be surprised, sir. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Well, good morning to all of you. I want to hasten and get out of the way because we can get into a mess real fast. But we're good mess that is. Good mess. But what a joy to have you all here today, and those of you who were here last night, what a time we had. Yeah. I want to leave a nugget with you, right, if you can. I want to leave a nugget with you that, and I thought about it this morning as I thought about the challenges we had navigating this conference. And we thought that the conference had no choice to be successful because the challenges tells us it would. But I thought about this nugget this morning to tell you that people have a right to disagree with your best intentions. You don't have the right to buckle under their disagreement.
Dun, 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 dun.
Can I repeat that? People have the right
Yes.
to disagree with your best intention.
But
You don't have the right to buckle under their disagreement.
I wonder if somebody heard that, even in the spirit this morning. Bishop, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, sweetheart. How are you?
I catch you.
You did.
No, you did not expect that at all.
Absolutely not. My heavens of God.
Yes. And so let me tell a little thing to our listeners. Bishop Dr. Clive Porter, well, he preached yesterday at the Eastwood Park New Testament Church of God in the two services, right?
They overworked me, yes.
And I had the opportunity to be at his church, at the church that he pastors in Fort Lauderdale, in South Florida last week, and it was such a blessing. And I wanted to share that nugget so you understand the man. That one nugget is not even. That was just trust me, he is. I told him, Bishop, may never tell you. I told him in his office, I said, you need to do a book of nuggets. And we're going to talk some about that other nugget you shared with me in the office.
I did.
Right?
Okay.
First up, Bishop, you come from Hanover. I was from Hanover too. I was born there. That's why we get along. But you tell us a little bit about your base, the beginnings of ministry here in Jamaica before you went to foreign.
I went to foreign, right?
Yes.
I actually got saved back in 1976, and it's an exciting thought for me each time I think about that. And the Greenland New Testament Church of God, at the time we were on the Lucid District of Churches.
Wow.
And I think Brother Monfries was the district overseer at the time. It was a long time ago. And the Lord just blessed a church, and a number of us got saved, including my sister Jennifer, who is now at Eastwood Park.
Jennifer Cox. Yes.
Yeah, she's preaching there right now.
Yes.
And my pastor, who was the Bishop S.V. Murray, loved that man to his grave. He saw the call of God on my life and recommended me for college. I went into college in 79, and I got out and got my assignment in St. Elizabeth, a little country church in a place called Merriwood and Mulgrave, and just excited to be carrying the gospel. Couldn't care where I was, and the Lord just took my life and did some things with that I could never imagine. I'm just so grateful to God.
Wow. And then how long did you serve in under that ministry, under the Church of God?
I stayed in Jamaica for 8 years pastoring here. And so I started pastoring in Jamaica in 1982, that I left in 1990 for the United States.
And then what was the move? Why did you feel led to go into your own ministry, solo ministry?
Well, there is what you call season ending push.
Mm-hmm.
And there are times when it took some things to reveal to you that ministry is kingdom owned
Mm.
and also kingdom assigned. And you are grateful for your upbringing, you're grateful for your heritage,
Foundation and so,
for your
yeah.
foundation, but
Mhm.
sometimes you are called into some other sphere of life that you could not see until you are provoked into it.
Aye.
Yeah, I think it's a good way to phrase it. And
Yes.
because there are times when you can't take bad situations seriously, because if you're in the hand of God, nothing about your life surprises God. And because
Mhm.
there is no cruelty in God, he
Ah,
cannot assign anything to you that will hurt you. It can only develop you.
wow. Yes. Yes.
It is not in his nature to be cruel. It is
Yeah.
not in his nature to be retaliatory.
Ah.
So whatever God permits to come your way, there is your best is wrapped in it, even if it hurts you.
Ooh. Wow. Y'all talk to me now. How are you feeling about what you're hearing? No matter what comes your way, the best is
Your best is,
wrapped, your
yeah,
best is wrapped into it.
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Because the thing is, and stop me. You see, you got it. I'm excited about God and
No,
church, but
because now see you're gone into your nuggets thing. So
yeah,
carry
yeah. The thing is that um, you cannot mature from excitement.
on. Ooh.
You mature from pain.
Mm. Yes. I should be writing these things
I
down.
think you should be
I
right.
tell you, I'll just have you talk and I'll
Yeah.
write the nuggets and then I'll send you. You cannot who for now?
You cannot mature from excitement.
Mature from excitement,
No,
but from pain.
you mature from pain.
Wow.
It is your challenging experience which makes you who you are. And if you take it personal, you're not going to reap the benefit.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
If you take it personal, you will not
Nadine.
reap the benefits. Book is coming shortly. Yes. Yes. I love
Wow.
it. I love it.
And so that is what led me to where we are. We were purchasing a building in the Church of God, and it was not understood. The vision was not understood.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the kind way of it. The vision was not understood, and I thought, if I stay, I will hurt the denomination I love. I love this
Mm-hmm.
church with a passion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I say to some of the folks who are still in the Church of God, you are still there, but I love this church more than you.
Yeah.
Because at the
Yeah.
time when I could retaliate to hurt her, I chose to leave instead of hurting her.
Wow.
And that was what God intended. And
Yes, yes,
so
yes. And he
that's what God
uses
intended.
those situations.
Of course.
He uses those
Of course.
situations. So no matter, I love how you said it. Don't take it personal. If you
Yeah.
if you do, you won't reap
No.
the benefits,
No.
and you can't mature from
Of course
excitement.
not.
You mature from pain. So if you are mature enough,
Absolutely.
then and you take a step and you don't have bad mind,
Yeah.
itis.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah,
Of course. Of course.
you will
Yeah.
grow, and everyone
If
will
you if
grow.
you if people hurt you and
Mm.
you allow them to keep you angry, they control you.
Mm. Ah, so let them thou not controlleth us.
Of course, you
Yes.
have to release it and watch God. If you trust God, you cannot be a server of God and don't trust Him and think that He's setting you up to backslide you. It's not possible.
Mm-hmm.
But
Wow. Wow. Beautiful.
yeah,
I love the the step away that we did. Not really a step away, but I love the lessons that you just shared out of that. And I think that is for
yeah,
anyone and
yeah.
everyone because you
Correct.
can apply that to different situations in your life.
Absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
started Victory Place International Worship Center, but it was not at the current location. There were some
No.
struggles
No.
in stepping away and
Absolutely.
starting your own, and also some struggles
Yeah.
in moving from location one to location two.
Correct. Well,
Yeah.
this is actually, let me see, 1, 2, 3. It's actually location 4 in 10 years.
Oh, thank.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, location
That
4.
journey.
Yeah, yeah. Because when I left, we started in a little ballroom that was it's very small. The building is no longer there, but we were setting up chairs every Sunday, taking them down and such like. So about 6 months into our launch, we leased a space of about 8,000 square feet, and we
Mhm,
set that up and stayed there for about 6 years. I'm not sure. And
mhm.
then just prior to the pandemic, we moved uh, to share with an Adventist church because we were trying to save money to buy.
And
And
that
then
happens.
the pandemic came. Of course, the
Yes,
pandemic
yes.
came.
How did the
We
pandemic is affect the right
affect us.
word? Yeah.
Yeah.
It
The
affected
pandemic,
that. I mean, I know
like,
churches all over the world
of
were
course,
affected.
right, right. So so
Mhm,
so when so when we got into the pandemic, our church had grown to about 450,
mhm.
and we probably came out of the pandemic with about 250.
Wow.
um, yeah, yeah. Because at the end of the day, people are looking for places where they can fellowship.
Yeah.
And I understand that. We were still trying to build out our new facility, and we were
Mm.
in a studio where we just had our worship team and our band, and we streamed there for 2 years,
Right.
holding the ministry together. So it was
And
not
by the way,
until
the
this past,
music I was
yeah,
playing just now, the worship leader
uh-huh.
is Neil Watson. That's
Uh,
a worship
Neil
leader you're
Watson, correct.
talking about,
Yeah, he's our
right?
worship leader. He's a worship
Mm.
leader. He's trying to be my pastor, but yeah, I'm not ready to give him that yet.
I don't think that's true. I think it's you trying to.
But yeah,
Oh,
Anil it's just a wonderful guy, and just a passionate worshiper, and just a lover
mhm.
of God. And sometimes I say to myself, I don't think that one pastor should be that blessed to have these many wonderful, hearted, gifted people to help to serve me in ministry. It's amazing. It's amazing time in ministry. But to get back to the question you asked about the location, we were trying to keep church together in the studio while we're working on this facility. And this
Mhm.
facility took us about a year and 2 months to build out and complete. And so we got in there last April. And what you see is now that which we continue to improve on. If we had known you were coming,
Yeah.
we'd have made it a little better, but I mean,
But it was fine. I really enjoyed myself there. The spirit of
yeah,
the Lord was very present and evident in the place, and that my friend is what is most important.
absolutely.
What's the vision? But we were going to talk about the stepping in, and I don't want to go too deep now, but I want to grab from
Yeah.
you some more nuggets that you have learned along the journey, going into the location where you are now, the struggle, and how you overcame that or are overcoming if it is continuous.
Um, the the faithfulness of God should not be underestimated.
Mhm.
Um, that which God has invested in lives and projects and ministry, which God has invested in, I have learned He has attached His reputation to. And it takes the trust of people to ensure the protection of that reputation.
Ooh, yes.
So I like to think that God has not invested in anybody He has no intention to trust. His only
Mm.
hope is that they will trust Him back.
Ah, that's deep.
And I think that's what got me to where I am, that
Yeah.
God would not have permitted the initiation of the project if
Mm-hmm.
it would have brought embarrassment to him and insult to me.
Mm.
So I just believed that somehow he was going to do it.
Yeah.
I,
And
I I learned from it. Go ahead, dearest.
is it hard to trust when, or easy when there are so many obstacles?
It is not hard to trust when that's all you're left with.
Ah, it is not hard
Uh,
to trust when that's all you're left with.
that's
I
it.
have no other
You know,
choice but to trust.
that's it. Other refuge
Yeah.
I have none, so I hang my helpless soul on you. That
What's,
that is how, you know.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and you find it so rewarding, so gratifying
Mhm.
when you can come out of situation not being able to credit yourself.
Mm. You can come out of a situation not being, if you have no other choice but to say God did that. It's all God.
You did it.
You know
You
for
did it.
you know
You did it.
for sure. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and
You did
and
it.
it is important for us to be at that place where we are humble enough to say that.
Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
what was that nugget that you shared in the office about learning
I,
and sharing knowledge?
oh, Nadine. Wow. Wow. Oh, my heavens of God. Wow. Oh, that degrees do not bright people make. Is that the one you're
Uh-huh.
talking about?
Yes, yes,
Degrees
yes.
do not bright people make, but he who has the ability to use higher learning to enhance common sense comes closest to brightness.
Wow. Where did this type of deep thinking come from? This ability to look at a situation and pull from it a line that is so that covers everything and is powerful and moves you to change.
I think it's the value I place on my calling,
Mm,
that the call that God gave to me, if you, I came out of abject poverty. And had it not been for God, I would have been nothing.
mm,
My grandmother is the gem of my life. She gave me everything with all she had. And if I could do anything in life, is to be the best I can be with what she gave me and what God took me as, um, and made me what I am today.
yeah,
And so I placed value on my calling, not just for preaching, because position does not matter to me, and title has no value. What matters to me is my life and ministry and work being a legacy. I
yes.
am very concerned about the generation I will never meet, and
Wow.
how even from my grave I will influence them to a genuine understanding of God. Especially in this time where we are so caught up with the fanfare of a new age concept, where we seek to minimize scripture and truth of God to satisfy ecstasy and popularity. I think it is, I think the God of my calling deserves more than that. And I have to do everything to see how much I can leave behind, that those who would have read of me, heard of me, listened to me, will
Yeah.
know that I walk with a genuine God, and they should walk with him too.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to wrap, and this is what happens when you don't have much time.
Of
Um,
course, of course, of course.
and speaking with someone who is full, you know, and out of, yeah, when you are full, it's easy to pour out, and so there must be
Right.
something
Right.
that you're putting in. And I thank God
Correct.
for your your um your focus on putting in the right things and allowing the
Correct.
right things to come in, because then it brings out, what we're hearing. Your music
Mhm.
ministry at the church, why is that
Mhm.
so important to you? You have some excellent musicians and singers. By the way, big up to the musicians and the singers who did so well. And when I call them, on the spot to sing some song, you want to see
Yeah.
Jamaica, you don't want to see me teaching them, yes, I overcome. And they were right on spot. But why is music so important to you?
It is because my vision is for a very simplified ministry.
Mm.
So our ministry is focused on worship and word. The importance of the music ministry is to be able to minister from that aspect of worship, that they are of the very highest caliber that they can be, because I believe it is virtually impossible. Here you go again, you're pulling all things out of me. It is virtually impossible.
Trish, please write it down so I can post it. Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yeah. It is virtually impossible to effectively worship an excellent God in mediocrity.
Ooh. Wow. Yes.
So they understand my heart and vision.
Yes.
To effectively worship an excellent God in mediocrity.
God have mercy. We should always have that attitude.
I love you too.
Always have that attitude.
And so, they really understand my heart and vision and strive. As a matter of fact, they're the ones. I am just the pastor. I'm not anything in that church but the pastor. I know nothing there. So they told me you are coming back. So you have to tell me. You can only tell me when. I'm invited to come when you come. That's how it works. Okay.
All right. I love that switch around.
That's it.
Oh, for the heart of those who need a lift up, a word of encouragement, a push through whatever they're facing right now as we get ready to wrap, what would you say?
That nothing about your life is oblivious to God. And no matter how challenging your situation is, nothing about your life is oblivious to God. There's nothing in you or about you which comes to you surprises God.
Yes.
And the truth is that your challenge in your life is an expression of godly trust.
Jesus. Yes, sir. Carry on. Your challenge is like
because
in life.
I said to you,
yes,
is an expression of godly trust. Because as I've said before, there is no evil in God. Therefore, it is against his nature to do evil things to you. So whatever he permits, and I use the word strongly, permits to come to you, it is something he has set for you to grow by. So no matter what you're going through, if you trust God, what he placed you in, he has already made the way to get out. Whatever you're going through, you have to come out. But you got to keep your eyes on God.
Yes. You see?
It's a matter of going through.
It's a matter of going through and not parking.
Of course. Life is a journey, through a passage. And if God sees you in, he has already opened the door for you to get out. Just be patient, just trust him. One man says, what I need in life to be successful is a fixed point for my faith, which will not swerve in the wind or fail in the test. You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right.
I'm going to be fine. I'm getting messages coming in. Sister P listening from Toronto. She's asking if this is going to be available. Did I mention it's live on YouTube and Facebook? Yes, it will be available, so you can jump on. Jackie says that nugget do normal. Pastor Porter, how are you? Longest time back in the days with the Browns family and Pastor May in Cocoon, Greenland, New Testament. Yes. Awesome. Beautiful. And so many persons texting in and those online. Well, Rev, thank you very much for that encouragement. Whatever we are in, there's a way out. There is a way out. Thank you. Bishop, doctor, and of course he's married to beautiful
Yeah.
wife.
Wow.
Yes, Sharon,
Yeah.
Minister, First Lady, Minister Sharon Porter. Absolutely beautiful. To all the team members there, I do look forward to another time to share with you, and just looking at the listeners WhatsApping in and writing online that they are blessed. And look at that. Thank you, Bishop.
Wow.
All the best.
What did I say? Thank you, sweetheart. Good to see you. See you
Yes,
again
sir.
soon, all
Of
right?
course,
Come by
yes.
next time.
And of course, you've been hearing the commercials on Love 101 for the crusade at Eastwood Park New Testament Church of God. That crusade continues with his sister. She's another,
Yeah.
glory to God, Jennifer Porter, Minister Jennifer Porter Cox. Beautiful. Thank you,
Absolutely.
Bishop, and all the very
Bless you,
best.
sweetheart. Thank you
Yes,
much.
thank
Love you. Bye.
you. You're tuned to Love 101 FM, the family station. I've been talking there with um, Bishop Dr. Clive Porter. Beautiful nuggets that he just dropped, and I hope you were blessed and encouraged. You cannot mature from excitement; you mature from pain. And some of the others, the challenge in your life is an expression of godly trust. God love you, you know. Fix up your face. Back in a moment. The Eastwood Park New Testament Church of God invites you to Crusade 2023. It's time to break free with host pastor and district overseer Bishop Dr. Clement Clark and Reverend Jennifer Brown, Reverend Jennifer Porter Cox, Evangelist Arthur Grant, Reverend Mario Samuels, Reverend Steve Hepburn, Reverend Jeremy Davis. It's time to break free at the New Testament Church of God, 49 to 51 Eastwood Park Road in Kingston, Sunday, February 19 through to Sunday, March 5, 6:30 each evening. Be there.